అందరూ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే సౌండ్స్ డిఫరెంట్ సౌండ్స్ వస్తాయి.
ఓకే,
అందరూ
అయితే
స్పీకర్
నేను
ఓపెన్ చేస్తే
నేను 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 చదువుతాను. లెట్ ద పీపుల్ లిసన్
Yes,
ఫర్.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ఓకే, 7 members started now.
Yes, sir. 7:10 we will start, sir.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Hello. Hello.
Dr. Gopinath, Lakshmi garu on the line.
అదే ఉన్నయ్య గారు ఒక 5 minutes వెయిట్ చేయమంటున్నారు రవి.
7:10
అవును.
Yeah.
7:10 స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం సార్.
7:10 అయినా పర్లేదు, 7:15 అయినా పర్లేదు. 8 members జాయిన్ అయ్యారు.
అవును. జాయిన్ అవుతా అంటే చాలా మంది యూట్యూబ్ లో జాయిన్ అవుతారు.
పోద్దా యూట్యూబ్ కి ఇది?
యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్.
ఓకే, యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్ వద్దా? ఓకే,
యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇంట్లో కొంతమంది ఇంపార్టెంట్ వాళ్ళనే పిలుస్తాము.
సరే, ఏంటి మీరు కొంచెం ఎర్రగా కనిపిస్తున్నారు?
ఎర్రగా కనిపిస్తున్నా? నేను ఎర్రగానే ఉంటాను సార్, నల్లగా అయిపోయినా మామూలుగా.
ఏమి రాజు, కనకరాజు ఎర్రగా కనిపిస్తున్నారు?
నేను మామూలుగా ఎర్రగానే ఉంటా, బయటికి నల్లగా కనబడదు అంతే.
అంతేనా? అసలైతే ఎర్రగానే ఉన్నారా? ఓకే,
ముఖం ఎండకు పెట్టి నల్లగా అయిపోయి.
అవునా? ఓకే.
మహేంద్ర కుమార్ జీ, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. మహేంద్ర కుమార్.
Yes, sir. Jai Bhim. Jai Bhim. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sukhdev
Sukhdev ji, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening to everybody.
केशवराम गारू, गुड इवनिंग.
ये हिमाचल से हमारे एक स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर हैं, आदरणीय श्री केशवराम जी, केशव कोहली।
वही देख रहा हूँ, नया नाम।
हाँ, ये अभी चंबा में मीटिंग थी तो इनसे मुलाकात हुई। तो ये स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एडिशनल डायरेक्टर हैं, आजकल मेडिकल कॉलेज है चंबा में।
ओह ग्रेट. केशवराम जी, गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग सर. गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग सर. वेरी गुड इवनिंग.
जय भीम सर. जय भीम सर. जय भीम सर. वेलकम सर.
Great meeting you.
चंबा जा कहाँ रहा है अभी? चंबा जा क्या आ रहा है?
हाँ, चंबा जाके आए, फंक्शन हुआ वहाँ।
आज भी गए?
नहीं, आज तो नहीं। ये 14th को था। 14th
वो परसों 14th को गए थे।
14th को गए।
డ్రైవర్ ఎక్కడ ఉండదు చూడండి కొద్దిగా.
Sir, we can start in 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
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 Sir, good evening, everybody. This is the lecture series of Samvidhan Samalochan, series number 68. The topic will be the Article 47 of Indian Constitution and uh, Indian health scenario. Then today's speaker, Dr. M.F. Gopinath, I think he is one of the best well-known cardiologists. Then he is the first Dalit cardiologist in India. I think another is very active in social movements and students' movements, the revolutionary students' movement, and every time he is the person to stand for the people and give a support in social movements and political movements. I think uh, I will also introduce Dr. Kankaraj Garu. He is a core member of Center for Dalit Studies, and he is also student activist and he is also social activist. He's a very good surgeon in United Andhra and Telangana also. I think this lecture is very important to have a to discuss. The so many people ignored this issue, health issue in India. That's why I requested Dr. Gopinath Garu to deliver a lecture and moderate by Dr. Kankaraj Garu. I think I welcome to eminent doctors and eminent social activists in our community, in our social activist groups. I think welcome to uh, both of them and welcome to all other friends and whoever attended this lecture. Thank you, sir. I hand over to Dr. G. Kankaraj Garu to
Thank
moderate the
you.
lecture.
Thank you, Lakshmi Garu. Thank you for the good words spoken about us. And good evening, everybody. And welcoming the today's speaker, Dr. M.F. Gopinath. He is the first Dalit cardiologist in India and a celebrated professional among the professional bodies, and is very popular amongst his patient clientele. And he is managing director of Pune Ambedkar National Institute of Social Sciences and also the national vice chairman of Safe Constitution Democracy in India. Now he is actively campaigning in the villages, addressing public meetings and then group meetings in the villages, and by distributing literature and pamphlets. And today's topic for the 68th Samvidhan Samalochan series lecture is about the Indian Constitution, Article 47, and the health scenario of the nation uh, makes very interesting uh, topic, in fact, because health is the utmost concern of any country and its people, and the whole existence of the country depends on the health status. In fact, by knowing the health status of its people, we can assess the status of the country, its well-being, its very existence also. So, uh, being very important topic today, I welcome our cardiologist, Dr. M.F. Gopinath, to give his lecture. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Kangrazu. Thank you, Malepalli Lakshmi Garu, and all other participants in this. I start my uh, topic with reciting about our Constitution of India preamble. Is it okay for you all? Whenever
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we conduct the program,
Please, go ahead.
repeat. It may not be possible to repeat what I say, but I am going to read to you the Constitution of India preamble.
Great, sir.
The people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all the fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Jai Bhim to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Friends, the topic which is given to me by Sri Malepalli Lakshmi Garu from CDS is a bit difficult. What I want to say is, our present political system, or the social system, or the healthcare and education system, they are far beyond what is expected in Article 47. This is the truth. Truth is always better than the untruth. Everybody likes to, especially in this past 11, 12 years, everybody likes to believe untruth rather than the truth. According to the Constitution, for Article 47, I just read it for you. It is the duty of the state to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living and to improve public health. This is Article 47. The state shall regard the raising of the level of the nutrition and the standard of living of its people and the improvement of public health as among its primary duties, and in particular, the state shall endeavor to bring about prohibition of the consumption except for medicinal purposes of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. If you look at what is happening in India today, the last statement, I think after Himachal Pradesh, Telangana stands out to be the second state in India to consume alcohol and also in the drugs after Punjab, probably. So the state or the center, especially the government itself, has failed utterly in this aspect. You all may agree or may not agree with me, but the statistics which is given to the world from India is substandard, all falsehood. The infant mortality rate, the maternal mortality rate, the literacy rate, these are all actually bogus statistics, what the government is giving. Recently, the VDEM organization from Sweden, they said that in democracy, variety of democracy, freedom means variety of democracies in the world. The Indian democratic system is far behind the other small states also. Its its status is, it ranks in as 161, if I remember correctly. So in all fronts, India has failed not only in health, even in education also. In 1956, the Indian government, in the 5-year plan, they want to increase the budget for health and education on par with the Japanese. But Japanese healthcare system, they, because Japanese got the after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing in 1948, they decided to allot 25% of its budget, not the GDP, 25% of its budget for health and 25% of its budget for education, especially the primary education, which is grossly ignored by Indian governments, successive governments, from 1950s onwards till 2025. The successive government have conveniently ignored the need for budgeting for the healthcare system as well as the education system. So when the education system is lagging behind, naturally the healthcare system also lags behind. One fact just I want to bring to you, all of you, as being a cardiologist, I'll tell you why this is like this. What is the reason for this? In 1956, in fact, Nehru government wanted to increase the healthcare budget as well as the education budget. But the people around him, who are the landlords, the so-called, I don't call upper caste, I feel it is insulting to us, all of us. I don't call upper caste, it is a looting caste in my view, or advanced caste, to be more sober. So, right, Nehru tried for that after the first 5 years plan, but the landlord and the so-called Brahminical forces, who were around 56% MPs were there from a single community like all Brahmins. So they prevented Nehru taking the step for that. And, by then, actually, Baba Saheb Ambedkar left that parliament in 1951 probably. So the people of India, the working people, the sweating people, these people were taken granted. And this has become much more intense during these 10 years or 11 years of regime. And so far, I believe that most of the, even the liberals, most of the left parties ignored what is actually the Indian reality. Is the social reality, cultural reality, and also the spiritual reality. Because these three realities are the ones based on which the political power and the economic power is resting. If we don't understand the Indian social reality, if we don't understand the cultural reality, if we don't understand the spiritual reality in real sense, all these things, the constitutional fundamental rights are, which are totally actually smashed, crushed day by day. The constitutional page is torn off by these successive governments. And what is the Indian social reality? Indian social reality, I feel, I define this. It may not be acceptable for all the people, but Indian social reality is, it is a caste-controlled class society. It is a caste-controlled class society and capital-controlled political power. This capital is two types, I believe. One is the capital, the one is cash capital. Cash capital is much more powerful than the cash capital. Now, I dare to say the parliament is purchased by few people. Few people, I don't want to name them, but that is a fact. So regarding the healthcare system, the statistics that the infant mortality rate has come down, the lifespan of Indians have increased. True, lifespan of India has increased from 35 at the time of independence, so-called independence, but now it is around 70%, 70 years. But among this apart from this increase in the lifespan, the bare fact is the doctor's lifespan in this country is much less than the average. It is around 59%. And the gynecologist lifespan is much less than the among the doctors also. These are the bare facts which stun us. Why it is so? So, friends, if we really want to change or at least respect the constitutional directive principles and also the spirit of constitution, we must try to understand what is the social reality. Caste is the prime one in India. Of course, it is spreading to the other nation, other countries also. As in 1909 itself, Professor Ketkar, he said one sentence, he said in one anthropological conference, I may be subject to correction for that, which conference is it? But it is an international conference. He told the people, among all the anthropologists and the sociologists, political scientists, that Indian caste system, you may be thinking that it is confined to India today, but tomorrow these people walk over to the world and they will create caste system in this, in the world. That's what is happening probably in America. That's what's happening in other countries. There are caste-wise organizations and religious-wise religion. No Indian is equal to each other. So this is what actually the reality. So friends, uh, regarding the health, the statistics which are mentioned in the different platforms, I don't believe that these statistics are real. Nothing is really projected in India. This one should realize that. The Vishwaguru, or we are fourth economic power in the world, all these things are bogus. If we calculate the population, GDP by population, 145 crore population with the GDP of what is mentioned around 5.6 or 6%, we don't stand in economic status, we don't stand in the world as the number 4. Actually, our position is around 130, not as the fourth one. Our position is at 130. And according to the press freedom, our rank is among 195 countries, it is 161. Among the hunger index, in the hunger index, our status is 111. So when the hunger index is 111, you cannot expect a proper healthcare delivery system in this country. This is what I want to just stress upon. One more fact I want to tell you. Indians have highest heart attack rates compared to any other part of the world. It is 7 times higher than Japanese, 6.5 times higher than Chinese, 4.5 times higher than American natives. There was a study by, I think, American Heart Association. That study showed that the people from India, whoever they are, whichever the caste they belong, including their spouses, whether they are doctors or non-doctors, they studied among the doctors, and for the risk factors for Indians' origin is around 4.5 times higher than the Native Americans, irrespective of the generation, second generation, third generation. Why this is? Actually, when we went to Switzerland for the national conference, international conference, there the statistics was projected. But I asked, somebody said, why this is so? Why the heart attack rates are higher in India compared to any other part of the globe? So this is a big question. There was no answer in the books. There was one doctor from Kerala who studied for 20 years. His name is Inas. They studied for 20 years, but they could not identify the reason. They said the little lipoprotein A, little LPA is the reason, but it's not so. Little lipoprotein A is lipoprotein A, little A is not the one. I wrote an article in the in the editorial page of one of the Telugu daily. I wrote the article. I said that Indian caste system itself is the basic reason, fundamental reason, and the main reason for increased heart attack rate in India. Somebody questioned why it is so. I circulated to among the cardiologists also. They never accepted it. What is the relation between the caste system and this one? I told them the lowered caste. I am specifically using the word lowered caste, not lower caste. Lowered caste mother tutors the child with the fear in their mind. Don't fight with the upper caste. Don't make friendship with them. This type of inferior complexities they are tutored. This is one reason. The child will not grow properly, will not grow, their mind will not work freely. What the mother's role in so-called upper caste children? They will say that don't mingle with that fellow. He is inferior to you. Don't eat anything with them. Don't make friendship with them. You are greater than the lower caste people. So both the minds, irrespective of the caste, both the minds are not tutored properly. That is why Baba Sahib Ambedkar in 1935 itself, in Annihilation of Caste, he said that Indian mind is sick. Indian mind is sick. It is a substandard. So that is the reason why we have more health problems in India, and our governments are not bothered about their. It is not at all their priorities. That is the reason why the statistics infant mortality rate is higher and maternal mortality rate is higher. The deliveries occurring in especially the central India. Their lifespan is around 35 to 40 years compared to other parts of the country. Where the cities, there is a difference, there is a contradiction between the cities and the villages. Village healthcare delivery system is purely on RMPs, quacks. That is the reason why the Article 47 is not at all respected or implemented. This is one point I want to just drive it. And there are reasons for this. Why this is so? The reason is a bit political. The reason is political. During the freedom struggle, most of the leaders belong to the looting caste. If somebody asks me, among them there is no Democrats, I do agree that there are very, 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 very negligible few. This is a fact. And they present that so-and-so is a democratic, so-and-so is a socialist, so-and-so is a Gandhi socialism, it is a Nehru socialism, these sort of things. But now the government, central government, before 2024 elections, they have been challenging that we want to change this constitution itself. If we get 400 seats, we want to remove this constitution. This constitution does not have the spirit of Indian people. And not only now, in 1949, November 30th itself, in the RSS organizer, it is written the editorial by Golwalkar. He wrote that this constitution is not of Indian spirit. And we don't respect this constitution. We don't respect the tricolor flag also. Till 2002, the flag highesting tricolor flag was Hiring was not done in the Nagpur headquarters. This is a fact. So that means to say everything is interlinked. It's not an isolated phenomenon. Recently, you all know about it, you all got surprised. Recently, a shoe was thrown at Chief Justice of India. There was no discussion. Who has discussed? Our people only. I mean the people who are suffering. Nobody else has this one. And also the Puran Kumar, IP, a senior IPS officer, around 55 or 56. His wife, his companion was also IS officer. He shot himself dead because of the insults. We know as medical students how much, including Dr. Kanakaraju, we know, and all of you must have experienced what's happening in this country. And day by day, the spirit of constitution, the fundamental rights of people who are especially marginalized people, they're all erased. If we come to by 2029, I think we will not be able to discuss this also. This is what my feeling is. I have spent nearly about 3 years going around the country to save the constitution. Even now, as Dr. Kanakaraj mentioned, even now we are taking the rallies in the villages and showing the constitution book. And the constitution is the one which sanctioned you, which gave you the right to vote. In Bihar elections, what you might be listening, around 83 lakh voters were deleted. And when the fundamental rights are denied to the people, there is a question of temperament, scientific temperament given in Article 51. Article 51 H says, see, this is to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Where is the scientific temperament? And secularism in fundament in our preamble itself, it is a secularism which is mentioned. Secularism does not mean that is every religion is equal. It doesn't mean that. Secularism means the government should be above religion. These fellows who are in the higher chairs, tall chairs, they should not visit the openly the temples of a temple or church or masjid, whatever it is. They should respect their gods, or they should pray to their gods in their own houses, not in the public places. Recently, when our Prime Minister Vishwaguru came to Andhra, what happened in Sri Salem temple in Andhra? So these are the things which we have to consider first. There is a reason why our stress should be, we have to define the social reality. It is a caste-controlled class system. I repeatedly tell the leftists also, the Democrats also, you define your country. And when we talk about the caste, no, I just generally ask the leftists, my friends, leftist friends, I ask, who brought this caste system into India? They say that because of professions like cobbler, the potter, the carpenter, these are the professions which created the caste. But I immediately ask them, do the other countries do not have these professions? If that is the reason for caste origin, so whatever we speak in this short period, I want to just raise fundamental things. Who has brought the caste system into India? Who is responsible for marginalized people even after 75 years? Who has suppressed these people, marginalized to the margins of the social life? Who has done it? Who is responsible for this? Are we trying to point at or pin at the people who are criminals to bring the caste system in this country? Recently, not recently, last year, the RSS headquarters chief said caste system is required for the integrity of the country. As if the other countries, because they don't have caste system, they are not integrated. So, friends, When we want to change this, we shall go into the not only about the constitution, but also Indian social reality. About the culture. What is the culture which we are seeing throughout the world? India equal to zero civic sense. In America, Australia, Canada, UK, and Germany, even in other small countries also. So why this zero civic sense? Who is responsible for that? But we don't want to name them because we want to be good boys, good girls in front of everybody. We want to be respected. We are educated. But we are not going into the details of what is the reason behind the most dangerous social system existing in India. So, friends, let us, if any other chance is given, any other person or is interested, please try to explore the real explanation for the day by day downgrading history of this country. This is the history of Sindhu culture 3000 years ago, probably up to 1800 BCE. Definitely, it is one of the 4 best cultures in the world, along with Mesopotamia, Greek, and also Chinese. But what's happening now? Who has destroyed the Indian Sindhu culture? Who has destroyed it? Who are the people ruling this country now? I feel that all these people belong to the foreigner. They're all foreigners. The people so far who have ruled this country at the center, they are foreigners. I don't think that the present governments also belong to this country at all. So you can expect the same thing as the Britishers ruined this country, looted this country, but they are better rulers than the present rulers. Now, Indian status all over the world, they said, worst country for women's safety in this country. I want to recall the National Crime Bureau reports saying that for every 15 minutes, one Dalit woman is raped. These are all reported one only. There may be 10 times more than what is reported by the Crime Bureau of India, National Crime Bureau. So why this? When I ask my leftist friends, why the only Dalit women are raped? The immediate answer is because they are poor. I immediately retort, how many Dalit Brahmin ladies are raped? It may be a bit pungent to listen. It may not be democratic. You may not agree with me. I questioned in the villages also. How many poor, they say that EWS is the same, no? EWS is given because they are poor. But how many poor Brahmin ladies are raped in this country compared to my sisters and my mothers and my daughters? Is there any report? It never happened. So why my people only raped? Because we are suppressed by 3 forces. One is the looting castes have got coercive power. The looting has got the money power. The looting castes have got the what do you call their capacity to manipulate. And in one of the articles I wrote, India, the democratic system is standing on 4 pillars. If I am right, any politician, any political scientists are there, please correct me. Somebody said, I don't know who has said it. And they said that it is the democratic system is standing on 4 pillars. The legislative, executive, judiciary, and the media. But what I wrote is, in one of my recent books, I wrote that the executive system, legislative system is full of criminals. 83% of parliamentarians are criminals, criminal records they have. This is all they reported only. 83%. Out of 42, 544 or 545 MPs, 42% have got grave crimes, rape, murder, and looting. And but how come it is? Because they have political power. Recently, I bring to your notice what happened in the Supreme Court. And during 2000, 75th year of Amrita Mahotsav, Independence Day, 11 criminals were released by court in Gujarat. These 11 criminals are the rapists, murderers, and whatnot, everything. But they were garlanded out of the jail. They were taken into a procession. They were taken as if they are the heroes of the country. This is the judicial system. So the legislative is full of criminals, and to support the legislative, the executive is working. I will say, if nobody has objection, even objection also doesn't matter. It is the Election Fraud Commission of India. What is it doing now? Election Fraud Commission of India. What is it doing? It is something like a morcha, BJP morcha, Dalit morcha, OBC morcha, and Vidyarthi morcha. This has become another morcha. This Election Commission, Election Fraud Commission of India. So, friends, let us not touch the things superficially. Let us go into the depth of it. The depth of this, what is happening to our constitution. Our beloved Baba Sahib Ambedkar, who struggled for 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days. We should be able to actually go into the details of Constituent Assembly debates. He said, actually, recently one of the Guru, one of the Baba or Guru or whatever it is, he said that Baba Sahib Ambedkar himself, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar himself wanted to burn the constitution. In 1953, BBC anchor asked Baba Sahib Ambedkar, you have written so good a constitution. Do you think that it is going to be implemented? Baba Sahib said, where is the mechanism to implement? Then what is the alternative? For a few seconds, he just kept quiet, then simply said, maybe communism. This is what the fact is. So, friends, I feel that regarding the Constitution, regarding the fundamental rights, regarding the fundamental duties, and we educated people should be able to move to the villages, educate our people who are the sufferers, marginalized. I know the limitations of it. We face serious problems in the villages. Doesn't matter. We have to, suppose there is a song in Hindi, कुछ पाना है तो पाना है तो कुछ खोना है. You know, suppose you want to gain something, you have to lose something also. So I think my time is over. Is it, Lakshmi Garu?
No, sir. No, sir.
Conclude, sir. Conclude.
Is it over?
Conclude.
Shall I conclude?
Please conclude, sir.
Conclude. Okay. So, dear friends, whatever I said, it is with my commitment, and I shall not hesitate to say, unless the Brahmanism from this country is driven away, Brahmanism from this country is driven away, there is no solace to the masses, not only in health sector, even education also. Presently, the reservations are going to be just kept in the book, and all the public sectors are going to be sold out. No reservation will be implemented. No reservation will be implemented. And I wish all the intellectuals, organic intellectuals from these communities, lowered caste, and the sympathizers to the lowered caste also, I include them. I don't say that there are no Democrats among the upper caste or the so-called forward caste. There may be one or two here and there. I request all the people to understand this society, Indian society, why it is like this, who is responsible for that, who is responsible for against, who is working against the Constitution, Article 51A, H column. So we must realize these things. This is what I want to say. If anybody wants any questions, please feel free. It may be a positive or a negative, a condemnation or appreciation, whatever it is. I welcome it. You have a right. You have a democratic right to criticize and also compliment. Thank you very much. Jai Bhim.
Dr. Kankaras Garu, please moderate the discussions. Kankaras Garu. Ravi.
సార్
Kankaras Garu lera?
ఉన్నాడు
Yes, I
కానీ
am
ఆయన
here. Lakshmi garu,
వచ్చేసి
I am here. I am here. Yeah.
Anna,
Thank you.
please coordinate, moderate things.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Gopinath, and I request all of you to make a note of any questions you want to ask him. Please make a note of that, and then we will come back to that. And as to the topic today, the Article 47 and the health scenario of our country. So, to sum up the scenario of health in India during last 75 years. Initially, the impetus was mostly on the focusing on the eradication and controlling of then prevailing infectious diseases. And to that, the flagship program of government of India was the immunization program, and through that, some infections were eradicated. Like smallpox was eradicated in the year 1997, and then later polio, with the help of Rotary International, government of India could control that, and then we are not seeing any active cases since 2014. So, but over a period of time, the focus of government of India turned towards uh, controlling and treating the communicable diseases, and the main focus was on providing universal healthcare system, an efficient, affordable, equitable health system to the entire population, leaving none behind. That's the ideal of the program, but to some extent, populations were given health care, but we have to reach those goals, yet to reach the goals, and then universal health care is a distant dream still to the Indian people. And regarding public health programs of government of India, yeah, we could control certain diseases and then better certain statistics regarding infant mortality rates, maternal mortality rates, and then undernourishment in the under 5-year age groups. But marginalized communities are still left behind, and then gaps are there to make them at par with the rest of the groups. So statistical data is not up to the mark, not updated. In fact, the recently revealed national health and family statistics are dating back to 2019, and the ones of 2022 are yet to be revealed, made into public domain. So, with the uneven data and uh, unrevealed data, it's very difficult to correlate the statistics to all the sections of the people. And Article 7, as the directive principle of state policy, has come a way in providing proper public health, and then in providing nutritious food to the people. But on the third front, which is its responsibility of prohibiting harmful substances, it's a total failure of the policies of the government, and then a lot has to be done regarding this third provision of prohibiting harmful substances. And we all know how the harmful drinks and then other stuff substances are widely used even by the governments for financial gains, for budgetary accumulations. They are making profit out of that and then subjecting the people to the harmful effects of these prohibitory substances. So, lot has to be done, particularly in case of SC/ST communities and other marginalized communities in the country, and whatever national health mission programs, flagship programs of the country are implemented today, and then even the flagship program of Anshman Bharat, like Pradhan Mantri Jan Ayojana, Jan Arogya Yojana, and other national health projects are halfway through delivering their desired results, and then a lot to be uh, seen to be practically done to promote the public health. So, 75 years of healthcare progress in India ultimately gives us a ray of hope, in the sense that the life expectancy has risen from 35 years in 1947 to well above 70 years today. But still, we are way behind, 20 years behind than the forward countries, advanced countries like Japan and then Iceland and then certain other European countries, where the life expectancy is nearly 90 years. So 20 years of lifespan is amazing gift, and we are definitely lacking in that. And on the nutritional front also, we are lagging behind in providing proper nutrition to the people. And the third provision we just now talked about regarding the prohibitive substances, there also a lot to be done. So the constitutional foundation which is laid through Article 47 for giving a quality and affordable, efficient public health system to the Indian people is yet to be realized, and a lot to be done in this regard. So that's the observation we can um, come to conclusion to by analyzing the data available to us, and then by looking at the statistics, and then by looking at the real conditions prevailing in the country. So I request all of you to give your own opinions, and then any questions there are, we are here to answer. And then it's over to Lakshmi Garu to conclude this session. Lakshmi Garu.
Sir, you can ask the questions, then we will.
Please, yeah. Any questions, please? Dr. M.F. Gopinath Garu here, and then yeah, you can give your suggestions, your opinions, and your ideas about today's topic. You can add your share your viewpoints, your knowledge with us. You are most welcome, sir. Please. Dinesh sir, Sukhdev sir.
Yes, sir. I am present here.
Please, please.
No, my name was called, so I said I am present here. I am Group Captain Dinesh Chandra from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. I was just reading this Article 47 on which the discussion is going on.
Yeah,
Dr.
particularly
Gopinath,
when it comes to our people, the marginalized communities, out of pocket expenditure is a factor which is very much discussed about by way of impoverishing the families because of their health expenditure. And then it is estimated that annually 6 crores of people are put below the poverty line in India because of the out of pocket expenditure for major illnesses in by way of treatment costs. So this out of pocket expenditure is a burden over our people, and then you can express your views on this.
Hello.
Yeah, let's make it a sir.
Anybody is there to have a questions? Otherwise, we can
I
conclude.
have I have small. Uh,
Please shoot, sir.
Dinesh
Shoot the
Chandra, Dinesh
question, please.
Chandraji from Lucknow.
I am
Shoot the
Group
Continue.
Captain
question, sir.
Dinesh Chandra,
Yes,
retired from
please. Go
Indian Air
ahead.
Force. I am from
Dr.
Lucknow,
Gopinath is
Uttar
there.
Pradesh.
Please.
Uh, I was just going through this Article 47. It also talks about prohibiting intoxicants and drugs by the citizens of country unless it is for a medical purpose. It is one of the Gandhian principles. Though Article 47 falls in the category of directives of state policy and cannot be enforced through courts because these are the only guiding lines for making the laws. Now it clearly states that the intoxicants, it also talks about prohibiting intoxicants and drugs by the citizens of the country unless it is for the medical purpose. But we have liquor policies in all these states. Liquor means the intoxicant freely available in the market for the general public, though it cannot be enforced through the court. But it is clear violation of this article. So, this if you know Virodhabas, the term in Hindi, it is just ulta to the Article 47, which states intoxicants should not be available to the and drugs should not be available to the normal citizens. So, how do we see this? Because of the revenue generation, the states are making laws to regulate the liquor distribution and liquor sale. Everything was closed during Corona, but liquor shops were open. How do we evaluate this? And what can we do about it? Because the most affected group is the so-called lower class groups. Dr. Kiran.
What is your suggestion, sir?
My question is, though we may not have the direct answer to it. One side, for Article 47 clearly states that intoxicants should not be available to the citizens. But every state has its own liquor policy. And the special department is for this. So this is just ulta to this Article 47.
Yes.
So now
Actually,
one more. Yeah, please.
Actually, there was some years back, in Karimnagar, there was a ban by the people to sell the liquor. What the government did at the time, they used to break these arak shops or like wine shops, the people themselves in Karimnagar, in one of the district in Telangana state, in combined Andhra Pradesh. Actually, the owners of the wine shops, they were given protection to bring their wines into the police station and sell from there. This is a clear-cut violation of Article 47. Yes. Recently, because nowadays I do not know how far this thing is happening throughout India, and one of the concerned lecturer, she went to police station, she went to the colony, this Dalit colony. She saw that the youngest dropouts from intermediate 10th class and degrees, the dropouts in the villages, they were roaming around, they are drinking, and they are also using drugs. Then this lady lecturer, she went to the police station. MLA headquarters police station. She went to the police station, asked them, and gave the complaint, saying that this is what is happening, please try to control this thing. The writer, he told her, madam, how innocent you are. Don't you think that we police people are part and parcel of the supply of these drugs to the people? That's what the police station, the writer, in person, he talked to her. Anyway, because of your innocence, he came, he gave the application, we look into the matter. So drugs are supplied, the government knows where from the drugs are coming, where from the cheap liquor is coming, how somebody said, if we don't sell the liquor, the state cannot run. The state governments or the central governments cannot give this freebies to the people. In 1885, one of the economists from UK, he said, he cautioned the governments at the time, if we go on giving free services to the people who do not deserve it. I'm not talking about the rations. I'm not talking about the free healthcare system. I'm not talking about the free education system. He said, if we go on doing this, people go on demanding it. Then the state exchequer will be bankrupt. Then what is the alternative? The alternative is dictatorship. It is cautioned in 1885 itself. And the present governments, they all say that without liquor sale, without selling the government lands, without one year lasting road laying, and the governments will not run, because the percentage of bribes to the present governments is, especially in our area, is around 20 to 30% to the concerned minister. So this is the status of this. So we are thinking that the government is ruling us democratically. From that, we have to come out of it. From that, what do you call ignorance, or not paying proper attention to what's happening, what's going on in the country. So we shall come out of it. So what is the alternative? It is a big debate. It is a big debate. The question is, it is not the fault of criminals who are doing this mischief. It is the fault of intellectuals, especially the organic intellectuals, who are keeping quiet for various reasons. It may be by pressure, or it may be for pleasures. Whatever it is, this is what the status is. And there
May
are
I add something
three
to it?
intoxications. One is the liquor, the drug. The second is the religious intoxication. The religious intoxication. The liquor, drugs, and religious intoxication. Out of all these things, religious intoxication is much more dangerous than the drugs and the liquor. So we shall decide what to do with this. Why this religious intoxication? Who are responsible for spreading this intoxication? Who are talking about anti-Article 51AH? Are they not to be punished? And the people who are elected from the marginalized also, they are simply brokers than the real representative what Ambedkar expected by giving reservation. This has to be taught at the larger platform, and intellectual silence should be broken. This is what I feel.
Okay.
May I add something? Two sentences to it. Now, to dilute this kind of violation, they have uh, given a definition to the intoxication. That is a state that occurs when the affected person has consumed enough alcohol or drugs to alter their mood and abilities. Who will decide the mood and abilities have been altered? Number one. Number two, you rightly said that uh, it is the intellectual's duty to look into the matter and make aware the citizens. Like for me, it took 10 years. It took 10 years for me to ensure that there is no liquor is sold in the village shops. People are consuming, but they go out and bring and consume. So as a result, as a consequence to this effort, those uh, people, children under the age of 18, they stop learning to drink from the very childhood. That was one advantage which I gained. So it is the duty of we so-called intellectuals to spread the awareness about this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Dinesh Chandra garu. I think we will conclude this lecture. Then thanks to all who attended this meeting. And Gopinath garu, this lecture series will end at, I think, in 2 months. In 2 months time. Then we are going to organize in January 25th to 26th, probably dates in Hyderabad, the Constitution Conclave. Whoever they gave lectures in this series, we invited them, and again we have to discuss and have a way forward, how we can go in future, how will we do that, all those things we can discuss and decide. The second thing is this lecture should be in goes to publish and in books. And the third thing is this lecture would be in the YouTube or our website of Center for Dalit Studies. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind cooperation, your enlightened and speech, and your opinion about this caste system and all those things are very appreciable. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Kankaraj Garu. I thank you all whoever attended this. Thank you, sir.
Jai Bhim to all of you.
Jai Bhim. Jai Bhim.
Sir, Jai Bhim, sir.